All right, so in this section, we're going to run through a whole bunch of creative examples to get your creative juices flowing and get you thinking about the ways in which other companies and brands are communicating their message in a really strong way for this format. I think what's really important to remember with Facebook ads is to really design for the format. I think one of the mistakes people make when they think about advertising is, if you're kind of the generation that I am, which is sort of on the cusp of Gen X and millennial, you grew up really with TV advertising, billboard, TV, maybe print magazine advertising. So you didn't grow up with digital advertising around you. So when you think about ads, or even cinema advertising is another thing you would have seen a lot of growing up. So when you think about advertising, you think of that much longer format, sort of lean back medium where people are forced to watch the ad. They've got nothing else to distract them. They're forced to view the whole thing. And the way the ad can kind of roll out can be quite story driven and not get to the point very quickly. And the point is, really great ads on TV and cinema often don't get to the point until the very end. The thing to remember about social advertising is people are choosing whether to watch it or whether to stay on it, or to watch it all the way through, or to just scroll past. And it's much shorter. The attention span is much shorter. They're deciding whether to give this their attention or not. So you have to capture their attention very quickly. The format is very tiny. The length is usually a lot shorter because people's attention spans within this medium are very short. So the whole approach to it is really different. But the concepts remain the same. The principles of understanding people's psyche and what makes them tick and conveying the benefit of your product, all of that is universal to marketing and hasn't changed since the 1950s. Being striking, being memorable, using humor, and really conveying the reason why someone's life is going to be better after they consume this or buy this product. That's all universal. But making those principles work for this tiny kind of format where people are choosing whether to watch your ad, that's the real sort of art and science combined, I guess. And by going through firstly some really good examples, I hope I get your juices flowing as to what works well for this particular medium. So let's get started. The first ad here I'm going to show you is a Carousel ad, which is for a therapy service, which they advertise in the UK as well, but it's a US-based company. So what I love about this ad is the way they have said, swipe left to start feeling happier. This is such a great, strong message to put into the ad because it's talking about how you're going to feel after you use their service and how your life is going to be improved. It's not, sign up for our therapy. You need therapy if you're sad. Literally swipe left to start feeling happier. Try Talkspace to talk about your broken heart. Try Talkspace to talk about your stressful day. So immediately you can almost feel the release for that person from how they're feeling to how they want to be feeling. The graphics and stuff are pretty simple. They use contrasting color, catch your eye a little bit, but really having that clear hook in the text in the ad while still maintaining that less than 20% text rule is a really effective ad. And, on first glance, it doesn't look anything kind of special, but it's a super effective ad at conveying the hook really clearly. We'll talk about copy in the next module, but I also do think the copy here is really strong. Licensed therapy finally made convenient and affordable. Get matched with your licensed therapist right now. So they're addressing those pain points or objections that a user might have. So licensed conveys trust, made convenient and affordable. So if they had an objection around price, then they're going to be thinking, well, this is going to be cheaper. And then convenience as well for therapy is a big thing because getting across town to visit your therapist once a week sometimes just isn't possible in people's busy lives. And then talking about get matched with your licensed therapist. So they mention licensed twice because they know that trust will be a big objection in people using an online service like this. So I just think all round it's a great little ad. And the way you can swipe through and see the different problems that they would help you with, whether it's stress or broken heart, etc., is really, really clever. This ad is an example of a really great single image really striking ad. And by the way, in this section, we're talking all about a single image. We'll be doing video in the next section of this module. So it really is just super clear here. This is a bag made of recycled bottles, trashed, treasured. So striking. You don't even need to read the copy, but the copy gives you some more information. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful, simple illustration of one of the product benefits, which is the fact that, you know, sustainability is a big part of Bellroy's kind of messaging. Really clever. This one is actually a video ad, but I think it works just as well as a single image. And I don't have access to this video anymore, but I think from memory the video really was just like a little bit of movement around this. But I love this kind of the way they take an objection to their service, which is price, and recontextualize it so that that objection suddenly seems irrelevant. So the food looks gorgeous and delicious, the photography is nice, it's something you would want to eat. And it's saying, you know, for the same price as one night out, or probably, you know, just a couple of rounds of drinks, you could have this meal for a whole week, like a week of these beautifully ready-made meals. Not ready-made, but easy to make meals sent to you, your doorstep in a box, all of that. So really effective way of combating an objection to the product. Really clever. This one I think is really strong because what we've got here is an innovative new concept, a new way of doing something, a disruptive, if you will. I kind of hate that word, but a new way of having your dog looked after when you're on holiday, rather than sending them to the dog kennels or whatever was the option before. Super, super clear. Having this like kind of Airbnb style house, 2 cute dogs, living it up in style in this house, and then just Airbnb for dogs, plus that social proof of that it's the Wall Street Journal that said that. So third-party endorsement really like front and center on that ad. I think super effective at conveying what their service is, who it's for, and how it kind of works. This one here, it's probably maybe just as good of an example as great copy, but the way that the copy and the image work really well together I think is great. It's striking and it catches your eye straight away. I would say this is a bit of an older example of an ad. I would have gone for Square. This ad might predate when you could do Square ads on Facebook. But you can see why we recommend Square, because you'd take up twice as much room with your image and have more opportunity to kind of make a splash. But I love the copy on this too. If you're counting down the hours until you get to leave the office, it might be time for a change. So if someone was not necessarily even problem aware that they were bored at their job and that there might be a solution to that, suddenly it's like, oh my God, they've got inside my head. Yes, I am counting down the hours. That's why I'm on Facebook at the moment at 4 p.m. And they're presenting you with this after possibility. After you use our service, you could have more work-life balance. And then the illustration is just a visual representation of the concept that they're talking about in the copy. So I think that's really strong as well. On balance, it doesn't look like a super kind of groundbreaking ad, but actually super effective at driving people to take action and to kind of change their mindset about job hunting. This one I think is really striking and effective just because it conveys in such a clear visual way what the product is and the fact that it's personalized. So you can see this is vitamins in my accent. It's pretty clear that it's vitamins, and it's pretty clear that it's been personalized for that person. And then they're sort of, in the copy, they're kind of building on that. It's time to ditch the mass market multivitamin, get the vitamins you need for under $1 a day. So really, really clear and effective there. And again, making you problem aware of the fact that mass market vitamins, you might not have even realized that was a problem until you read this and think, well, actually, yeah, mass market vitamins might be really bad for me. So by being problem aware, I'm then more open to the solution that this company is presenting me. This one's a really great one, a really simple example of like before and after. Now, remember, you can't do before and after body images, but by being clever with the creative, before and after like hair images, you'd probably get away with. So this is just a really clever way that they used. Actually, I think this might be video, this ad. This is an example that one of my mentors shared with me. This might actually be a video ad, but yeah, you can see the how effective it is at just showing the old way of doing things versus this new way of doing things using this towel. So no product, no blow drying, no styling. So if you were not even problem aware, as in, I didn't know, like, I didn't realize how much it was bothering me to have to buy product and to have to blow dry, to have to style. But now I suddenly realized that I'm wasting my time when all I needed was this special towel. This is a really strong, simple little ad showing using social proof in the ad. Take my money, not one bit of a stink, none at all, finally. Really, really effective, because this is some kind of natural deodorant, which obviously one of the biggest objections people might have to that is that it doesn't work. And they're using third party, i.e. one of their customers' endorsement to dispel that objection and get someone on board with the idea that, hey, it must actually work. And by using the kind of screen grab directly from whichever channel that person's written that, I think might be an Instagram comment or DM, it makes the endorsement look even more legitimate and real. Of course, they could have mocked it up in Photoshop, sure, but for the most part, people trust that if advertising, there are standards to advertising, and by pulling in that screenshot, it makes it pretty, it gives it another little bit of legitimacy. Really simple, beautiful image. And really simple bit of text, and they've obviously stayed within the 20% text rule as well. This one I thought was a great example of using colour in a really effective way. So this is some kind of like health shake, and I just love the way they've used the yellow nails and the yellow coat behind to illustrate this yellow drink, which is a bit of an unusual thing. So it's kind of really showing that point of difference that the product has. And then bringing in third-party endorsement. So in the UK, Grazia is a really big weekly magazine, which has quite a lot of credibility. And so the fact that they've obviously got a review, or maybe even just paid for some advertising in Grazia, lends this legitimacy to a product that's or a brand that's new in the space that you may not have heard of. Really effective. Kind of draws you in, like, what is this? And you want to find out more. This one I just thought was a great example of telling you exactly what it does on the tin with a striking image that catches your eye. And actually, so this isn't a product-based image, this is more of like an info product or service. But I thought it was a great example of using just an interesting image to draw the eye and capture your attention and get you to kind of pay attention. So a nice, effective, simple little ad. This one, again, it's not rocket science, but it is really effective and simple. Sustainable gifts for him. So if you are in the market for someone's birthday, your partner, you want to buy them something nice, this is perfect. They probably ran this maybe around Father's Day or Valentine's Day, maybe Christmas. But really like showing some of the beautiful products, nicely photographed. You can see the quality of them. You can see a few different options that might be interesting to me, and really clear hook as to what it is that you're offering me. Sustainable gifts for him. Really simple, really clear. This one I really like, better skin or your money back. Really speaking to the benefit of having better skin, and really putting their money where their mouth is with better skin or your money back. So it conveys trust. It shows that they have confidence in their brand. So you may not have heard of face theory, but if you hadn't, you now have a lot more trust in checking them out with such a strong promise, better skin or your money back. So really clear, really simple. Nice image of the product and packaging so you can see what it kind of looks like. Really good there. This one I thought was really clever. The colour is really strong. It just catches your eye. I'm assuming that that's their sort of brand colour, or maybe they've done a series of ads in these kind of bright colours, that they've obviously kind of done some special effects to make everything the same colour, but it makes it really striking. And the hook is just right there. Fall asleep in 8 minutes. Who wouldn't want to? the woman's asleep, there's the proof, all the proof I need. And then when you read the copy, Dado is a light metronome that retrains your brain to sleep better. So it's explaining to you, on the image, you're seeing the hook, the benefit, you fall asleep quickly, and then the copy's kind of reiterating that and how it works. Okay, it's a light metronome. I wonder what that is. I don't know what it is, but you've definitely caught my attention. I think the brand is conveyed in a really high quality way here. The design looks really nice. It conveys a kind of high tech, high design, sort of elevated quality in the ad, which fits with the type of tech that they're advertising. This one I love. It's so simple but so perfect. Like that arrow just draws your eye. It's great for social because it feels like that sort of almost slightly homemade imagery of having like just overlaying a simple arrow onto an ad. Nicely photographed, nicely put together, nicely styled. The sofa looks really nice. And then they're conveying that extra benefit that you can't see from the image about this product, which is the sofa bed as comfortable as your real bed. So an extra benefit of this sofa is that it's a sofa bed and that it's comfortable, because one of the pain points around sofa beds, I've certainly experienced this over the years of like staying at friends' houses, is that sofa beds don't tend to be that comfortable, right? So they've kind of addressed that problem head on by explaining that it's as comfortable as a real bed, which is a really great benefit, as well as the fact that it's a beautifully styled, lovely sofa that doesn't really look like a sofa bed. So I love that ad. Really, really strong. This one is an ad for Leggings, obviously. Super clear what the product is. They've put the product front and center. The product is almost taking up the entire canvas of the ad. And then they've got an offer on at the moment, so they've made the offer super clear in the imagery. It does what it says on the tin, right? It's really clear to me that you guys are running an offer at the moment and the type of leggings you have. You've shown me 3 different types of products, so I can see the range of potential options available to me. I personally love those animal print ones. They've got an image there of the phone, where the phone can fit into that pocket, which might be a benefit for some people that like to have somewhere to carry their phone when they're running. The brand is clear on the top left. And also that contrasting yellow background is really amazing at drawing the eye. And I think that's why this caught my attention initially. So all around a great little ad there. So my exercise for you guys is start saving ads from your feed. What I like to do is on Instagram, at the bottom right of each Instagram photo or ad, there's a little kind of tag button where you can save an ad. I actually save every single ad that's served to me, because it means I just have this whole gallery of ads to go back for to look for inspiration. That's how I got all of these ads to show you guys. And then what you want to do is start acting like your persona or your avatar. So spend half an hour, a couple of days in a row, really going deep on a few of your competitor sites or sites in your kind of niche, and go into them, look at product pages, add stuff to your basket, add lots of things to your basket, maybe sign up to their newsletter as well, because it's always good to be signed up, right, and see what they're saying, and really get yourself like into their funnel so that you're going to be served their ads. And what will actually happen is you'll start getting served ads from those specific websites, but Facebook will think that you are in the market for that type of product at the moment. So if you're not already, maybe you're too busy to like be looking at your competitor sites normally, Facebook doesn't class you as someone who's in the market for that type of product. By taking out those actions, make sure you're logged into Facebook when you do it. The algorithm's going to see that behavior and start serving you ads for that space, so competitors you may not have thought about. You can also go onto the Facebook ad library and have a look at your competitors. I find the best way to do that is to first find your competitor's Facebook page, and then if you scroll down to on the right hand side of the column, it says page transparency. You click on that, and then if you just follow it through, you can click through and see the ads that they've got running live in the ad library. So that's a way to kind of surefire way of seeing what ads they're serving at the moment. But also I think that acting like your avatar, acting like your persona is a really good idea as well, because you'll be served ads from competitors you hadn't even thought about, and just start to get a feel for the types of ads your persona is going to be seeing, and ways in which you can either emulate or be a kind of pattern interrupt for the type of ads they're seeing, be a little bit different. So that's your exercise for today. Just go away and do that. And I would do that on a fairly regular basis too. And then save all the ads on your Instagram. It's a little bit harder to save ads on Facebook. Screen grabbing maybe is the best way around for that. But yeah, get saving and get those juices flowing. Start thinking about how your ads, how you're going to use some of these techniques, or what other ideas you might have for conveying the kind of hook of your ad, of your product, visually. We're going to do in this module on creative, a couple of more presentations through, or a couple more videos down. We're going to dive deep down into your formulating what your hook is. But for now, just start thinking about and letting all those ideas kind of free flow in your mind about ways in which you can convey the hook of your product in a visual way really effectively. Awesome. Okay, thanks guys.